Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Disability Matters. I'm Morgan Spicer, the Self Advocate Coordinator with People First of West Virginia. I've been a member of People First for many years. I've learned over the years the importance of self advocacy and how much of an impact it makes to have your story out there. Disability Matters is designed to cover a wide range of topics that will inform you, inspire you, and encourage you to strengthen your advocacy journey. Now, we'll do this by offering a variety of guests as well as interviews with advocates around the state. It's not just legislative advocacy, it's so much more. So, this month we will be speaking to Christopher Mick, president of the West Virginia Association of the Deaf, as he talks more about the organization as well as legislation that are pertinent to the deaf community. Let's get to that interview now. All right. So today I'm talking with Christopher Mick from the West Virginia Association for the Deaf. Thank you so much for joining me today and welcome to Disability Matters. All right, so first question is, could you please describe your role as the president of the West Virginia Association for the Deaf, and what are your primary responsibilities and goals for the association?
Sure. My role is to make sure that the organization is running properly. And my role is also to serve the community of the deaf, hard of hearing, as well as deaf blind, to mediate as a liaison through the government and to meet all of their needs, as well as to meet with other organizations.
Perfect. So, what resources or services does the West Virginia Association for the Deaf provide to deaf individuals and their families in West Virginia?
Sure. The resources that we provide are legal proceedings with the government, such as submitting bills with specific legislature if needed. And if there are legal needs that need to be addressed, I serve as a liaison between those deaf individuals for West Virginia Association of the Deaf and the state government. And if they do need specific help and we don't have resources to provide, we connect them with appropriate organizations or resources to provide the services that they need.
It's almost like what we do here at the ARC and People First is one of the programs we have is called People First, as I just said. And it is a organization that is run by advocates, and we help them become better advocates in the community and system with anything that they need, like speaking to their legislators, or maybe they need help on like Social Security, something like that.
Okay, that's what we do as well. We also provide conferences to provide education to the community. We provide workshops, and we also do work with interpreter organizations as well to be sure that interpreters who do serve the deaf and hard of hearing community can provide the best services as well.
Great. And you have any upcoming trainings or events you've got going on?
Yes, we do. On August 7th through the 10th of 2025, we do have a large conference for statewide of West Virginia, and other states are welcome as well. We do provide workshops. We plan on having 3 workshops total, and we also will have CEUs provided, continuing education credits for people who want to earn CEUs, such as teachers, interpreters, parents as well. We provide 8 hours total throughout the weekend.
Nice. And where is that going to be held at?
Yep, that will be in Canaan Valley Resort, which is located in Davis, West Virginia.
Oh, okay. It's we do a People First conference in Jane Lou, West Virginia, every September. So I believe that's a little close to Jane Lou.
I'm not quite sure. I would like to find out more information. So for West Virginia, we do provide that as a biannual conference. So it's every 2 years. Because we do have a National Association for the Deaf known as NAD, which they do it every other year, opposite of when we do it. So we take turns in that way so that we may also attend in other states. So next year, NAD will take place in San Francisco, California.
Nice. All right. So could you tell us about any recent or upcoming legislative bills in West Virginia that are particularly relevant to the deaf community?
Yes, we do have a bill planned for open captioning in movie theaters, as well as closed captioning for the general public. But that bill is kind of frozen in legislature. Currently, it hasn't made any movement, and legislation is currently over. So we will be focusing energy towards that next year. We are also planning on adding a new bill in relation to interpreting and interpreting services, particularly in public schools.
Now, when you mention like the closed captions, it I use them. I use them because sometimes it is hard to to hear what people say on television shows and stuff like that. So, but I've also noticed, like, I go to the theater regularly, and there are also like special showings for individuals that are deaf or hard of hearing. So I think that's amazing. And then a few days ago, I was on a streaming site and saw a couple of their movies are in ASL versions.
Oh, yes. So some deaf individuals do like to have the actual ASL interpreter there because it can best provide interpretation for the accent along with the facial expressions. I prefer to have closed captioning myself because it's easier for me to pick up the English and read that, which fits in with the reading, writing, and grammar. So I prefer closed captioning myself, but some deaf individuals do prefer to have the ASL interpreter there on the movie, and I've noticed that that is becoming more popular.
I think it's great that theaters and streaming apps are doing that now, to open the field for individuals to participate more and stream more, the shows that they like or the movies that they want to see.
Yes. In addition to that, it is a great resource for people who may be foreign to learn English, to read the closed captioning, and to also hear the English so they can match it with the closed captioning and it helps them learn English. So it's not only for the deaf and hard of hearing community, as well as those who may have autism. I've learned from that population that they use closed captioning as well.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll move on to my next question here. Are there any other pieces of legislation that the West Virginia Association for the Deaf is currently monitoring or actively working on related to areas such as education, healthcare access, or employment for deaf individuals?
Yes. We're currently working with one organization to improve interpreting services within the healthcare field, particularly in hospitals and with doctors. They do provide VRI, which is video relay interpreting, and some individuals do prefer an actual live interpreter to show up in person. And so they do have a right to request that as well. So during the conference in August, we're going to provide education specifically on that piece for requesting a live interpreter. And I was also speaking to somebody from Romney, West Virginia School for the Deaf, and they want me to be involved with them on May 18th for their event. And so I will be at that event as well, volunteering.
Wow, that's great. I love getting involved. I mean, that's like one of the jobs that I have here with People First, being the self-advocate coordinator, is that I get to go out and, meet the advocates, train people in what's known as People First language, and disability etiquette. We recently did a training about that through Jeremiah Tree. So I love going out and just, learning and helping people understand the importance of People First language.
Yes, that is true.
So, what message would you like to share with the hearing community in West Virginia about the deaf community and the importance of accessibility and inclusion?
So I would say that the best method is to get to know that individual first. Don't just ignore them or push them to the side, because some deaf individuals can be very sensitive with a face-to-face approach. So I would suggest just communicating with that individual or even getting an interpreter involved so that you can understand clearly what's really going on. And I would also suggest providing a resource to partner with other organizations who know how to work with the deaf community. You could contact them and get them involved. And really, there truly are many organizations that are more than happy to help with the socialization piece. And my goal is to have many organizations partner with one another so that we could provide the best resources possible, for such as if we don't have the appropriate resources, another organization could step in and provide those resources for the deaf community.
That's great. And I love, partnering and, sharing information. And if you have any information or resources that you would love for me to share to our People First of West Virginia Facebook page, I would certainly love to get more of our individuals to participate or just ask questions.
Yes, I'm more than happy to provide that. I did send an email over yesterday. We have a spaghetti dinner coming up May 3rd on Saturday in Parkersburg, and that is a part of our fundraiser. So that would be the best time to come join and socialize and get to know one another within the deaf community. We also do have the conference, which I mentioned. You're more than welcome to have your vendor booth set up at our conference during that weekend. And we'll also be having some availability, some short time for you all to provide a short presentation about your vendor booth and to explain a little bit about what your role is and what you do so that the deaf community can get to know who you are. In addition, we do have a few other events that are coming up that I'm happy to share more about.
Absolutely. I'd love to hear more.
Also, if you wanted West Virginia Association of the Deaf to share your information, we're more than happy to provide that at wvad.org. We also do have our own Facebook page, which I could share your information on through a post.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can definitely do that. I share posts usually 2 to 3 times a week. So I would love to share any events or any information you've got to the advocates we serve around West Virginia.
Okay, that sounds great.
Perfect. So, is there anything else you'd like to add? Anything we might have missed, or anything you just want to add to end the interview?
Yes. I wanted to mention I am still looking for somebody to host a workshop at our conference. And I kind of just wanted to get a reading out there for what people are looking for to best educate the community. So we are taking a look at other organizations and seeing what people are interested in. I'm wondering if you have any ideas that you would like to provide or share.
Well, I can definitely recommend, the ARC and People First. I can relay that to our CEO and our activities coordinator, Alexis Ullman, and they might be able to provide more locations and resources to you as well to branch out.
Okay, that sounds great.
Perfect. And I have your email, so I'll just relay that to them and let them know that you're interested in some information, some resources, some locations that you mentioned. So we'll help however we can.
Wonderful. And also, please let us know if you need any assistance as well. We're more than happy to provide that.
Excellent. Yeah, that would be great. Actually, something came to mind. Usually at our People First conference, we have we do classes throughout the day, and one of the classes that we've always done is sign language, and we have an individual come in and teach basic sign language, and then they at the end of the conference do Take Me Home Country Roads and sign language.
Oh, yes. So that song, I'm actually going to have students from the deaf school make a video, and I'll be using that, the Country Roads Take Me Home song, on Friday morning of the conference. Basically, as our welcome to the conference, we'll be having that video showing to watch and enjoy the students signing the song.
Wow, that's awesome. I would love to definitely see that video when you have it up and running. That, and I can share it with our People First community as well to
Okay.
our Facebook page.
Okay, will do.
All right. Well, Christopher, thanks so much for taking the time out of your schedule to join me today, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Chris, for joining me this month. Now, if you're interested in learning more, we encourage you to visit www.wvad.org. And don't forget, if you have a topic you want covered on a future episode of Disability Matters, you're welcome to get a hold of me. You can call the ARC at 304 422 3151, extension 129, or you're welcome to email me at morgan.spicer@thearcmov.org. I'm in my office on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Now, if I don't answer, please leave a message and I will do my best to get back to you. That's going to do it for this episode of Disability Matters. Join me next time for another episode where we're advocating, educating, and celebrating the potential within you. See you next time.